some black women have to abide by other people's beauty standards. I think, again, when you know who you are and you can define yourself, you don't let others define you. You don't need perms. You don't need to wear certain types of makeup. You know, we are who we are, and if people are going to accept us in the workforce, it should be based on our professionalism.
There's like a mainstream, quote-unquote, American look. It all depends on the type of environment that you work in, but like in corporate America, most definitely, you have to have a certain type of look that's more mainstream.
I don't believe black women to have too tough a skin. I think in order to survive in this society, we get lots of bumps and bruises.
Yes, black women do have too tough a skin to date because they've gotten played and jerked around so many times, so they're really cautious and their guard is definitely up, so they are thick-skinned.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to BETJ's My Two Cents. I'm Jennifer Lewis Hall, and what a fabulous, fabulous panel of phenoms we have for you at the moment. We have Felicia Snoop Pearson from the hit HBO series The Wire, Esther Armah, renowned journalist, and we also have Crystal McCreary Anthony and Stacey Ann Chen. Ladies, I am so happy to see you guys.
I couldn't be happier. Look where I am.
I know.
The show is just for you.
It really is, just for you. And this is so awesome. Can I tell you, Felicia, it's so great to have you on this set. It is truly an honor to have all our kind of sisters with us today. What about the walls we put up? Because oftentimes we are depicted as the neck-rolling, attitudinal sisters. And I'm okay with a little attitude. I think it's gotten me some places along the way. But do we have too thick a skin? Do we put up too many walls when it comes to dating, when it comes to our relationships?
I think that African American women get a bad rap. I think that because we don't sit back and take a lot of crap, to be quite honest, we're going to stand up if we don't like something. You know, I mean, I hate to go back to this analogy, but when I was in undergrad at University of Michigan on the campus, all the, athletes, a wide array of the black men were dating the white women. And, the sisters around campus were like, what's up with that? Why? Yes.
Really?
Is that shocking? Is that shocking? It's not reflective of that at all in society, right? So, but one of the big things was, in talking to the guys, was why, why are you all, not giving the sisters any play? And they're like, well, honestly, the perception, at least of the men, was that it was easier to, get away with stuff with the white women.
But is it us? I mean, what do you think, Felicia? Do we put up too many walls, gay, straight, or otherwise? Are we hard to deal with?
Oh, I love it. I love a woman with an attitude. Like, it gives me like a little, because I'm going to come right back and say, yeah, you better sit on down, or you better do this. And she say, yeah, I never dated a Caucasian. I don't think I could get into it, because I don't like a person that I could run over top of,
So you feel that we as black women do come sort of
Yeah,
large and in
strong.
charge to a situation,
That's what you
but I think
supposed
we
to.
have to. I don't.
We're
Esther, do you agree with
we're
that?
matriarchs.
I think there's always times when it's right to
And
be
it's not just
attitudinally. No, it's not.
No, of
there are
course
times
not.
when there are times when it's right, and of course you have to come larger than charge. There are times when it's right to do that. But no one people. Hold on a second. No one people is one-dimensional, and black women are not one-dimensional either. And I think that there's cyclical arguments. There's always why do black men sleep with white women? Well, if they're sleeping with them, they're not sleeping with you, then there's nothing for you to have a conversation about, because they're not choosing you. So you just need to move on and deal with the next brother. But I think it's a lot about choosing to be honest about where we go wrong, about our fragilities and our vulnerabilities, because we do have them. And the fact of the stereotype of the black woman, the African American woman, this is the black woman. I'm not African American. And it happens in London as well.
Right.
Really,
It happens
that's right.
in London.
Wow.
With black men in London, there's this perception that
Absolutely.
black women have a tougher skin and they have
It's a
giving
global
attitude.
reality. My family is West African. We're from Ghana. Go to Ghana, go to Accra, you'll hear the same conversation. And I'm saying you can keep having the same conversation, or you can acknowledge that there is something for us to deal with and just deal.
But I think that there is some truth to the fact that, and I mean, living in Jamaica for all my formative years and coming here and being an adult here, I think that there is some merit to the argument that black women are tougher nuts to crack, so to speak, because we have to be.
Right.
I mean, we live in, here we go again, the recording, we live in a patriarchal, racist society in which black women take a lot of flack.
But we all
black
know that,
women
so
are
how long are you
always-
going to keep having the same argument? That's the point.
Then if we could figure that out, then, therapists would be out of jobs.
That's not the reason why
But
therapists
generally
have jobs.
speaking, I feel as if black women are always performing.
But
We
I think-
perform within the movies. We're
Right.
supposed to always be dancing
And
we
cater
have to
to.
act up. Like if
And we're
if you're-
expected to
if
be the
you're-
mothers. Those are the images that this country is comfortable
If
seeing
you're laid
anyway.
back, then you're boring,
But I
or
think
you're
there's a
white.
time to
or-
say you can be
Exactly,
large and in
bougie.
charge, but isn't there a time to say though in relationships where you do need to concede and sort of if it is your man or your woman, let that person do their thing
But
because
I
I
think
found in
that
a
a lot of
marriage
black women
there's a
do
time for that.
concede in
Sure.
relationships.
and not in a negative way.
Negative
That
doesn't count
that doesn't mean
because
you're
they're human.
submitting to something that is not
But
healthy.
they're human. I listen to
No,
late
I'm saying
night all day
deliberately.
long.
Deliberately, I would have never admitted that, and I noticed in a relationship.
But we always do everything because we come from a foundation where
Right.
we've had to do everything. So when your foundation has been, you have been left alone,
You don't know
betrayed,
how.
abandoned. Not that you don't even know how,
Not
but,
to do it.
But you have been put in. The foundation for the African American community has been one of slavery in this country. So if that black woman did not take charge of the family, there would be no family that we would have to talk about to this present day.
And if we're
but
talking-
hold on, let me finish. But the reality is, what was then that doesn't work now needs to be let go of on some level, because if you don't let go of it, you keep repeating the same patterns in relationships, remaining unhappy, complaining about the men that you're with, and wanting them to do better, be
But
better,
I also
be
think it's the
different.
cultural tones. I think it's the cultural perception of African American women by some brothers. Just sometimes the way we speak, which may be picked up on, oh, she used a certain tone, that means she's aggressive. It doesn't have anything to do with being aggressive
But
or
I can
not,
tell you
but
that
it has
being
something to
Jamaican-
do, well, maybe
being Jamaican, it happens
maybe
too. Like I've partnered with African American women here, and I've said something. We have this thing in Jamaica where you're like, "Come now," which it's not an order, but
Right.
in my relationships, women have said, that sounds like an order. Don't order me around.
Yeah.
But in
It's
every
cultural.
relationship, you have to learn
cultural
the language of love
differences
with one another. But every
Language
relationship, you have
of
to learn the
love.
language
It
of
just
love.
sounds like like
But
a
it's
whole
true
bunch
because
of like
yeah, but it's like men saying to women.
flowers and singing.
No,
I don't
that's not
believe in
true.
that.
It's like men
You know
saying,
what I
it's like
mean?
men saying to women, I don't like it when you speak to me a certain way because I don't
But
feel
it's
that
not
it
language
honors me
of
that
love,
way.
it's language of
Wow.
humanity.
But your
Exactly.
humanity and theirs may not be one and the same thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying to you when you say "come," no, they wouldn't be
Well,
arguing.
we're going to
but
talk
that's
more
just
about
cultural-
this.
that's-
Ladies, the language of love right now will be a time
It's not
out.
language of love. But I was like,